week again. What a weekend, though. I don't know what you guys saw, but we went and saw Travis Collins and Mickey Pye and Liam Brew on the weekend, and we did a couple of lives. I don't think the footage, I think the sound was fairly clear from what everyone was saying, but it was a bit crackly with the footage because we were in the middle of nowhere. But what a show. Great night, and it was lots of fun. What did you guys see? Send me messages. Let me know, because I love it when you guys all send me photos and things. So keep them coming. Tonight, we've got Cass Hopetoun joining us. She is in the car travelling, so we will interrupt her travel and have a bit of a chat to her in a moment. But before we do, don't forget we've got the competition that is still running until the 24th of December. So go to the top of the Country Kickback Facebook page. It is pinned to the top. Enter, send me your photos, tag your friends, let me know what are some of your favourite music memories. And if you haven't got a photo of it, send me a message. Send us, tell us, type it in and tag your friends and let us know, because it's been a bit of a rough year and not everyone's seen a lot of live music. So let's bring some memories up to end the year with. Also, we've got another show coming up tomorrow night, and we've probably got, I think we've got one more coming before Christmas after that, so we will have a few more to come next week, which will be very exciting. Well, we might welcome Cass into the room. Hi!
Hello! Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for joining. You've had a busy day.
I have. I feel like anytime I go to the city, I just feel so stressed because it just feels like there's traffic, you can't park, it's raining. But I'm nearly home, so I'll be chilled out soon.
So what's the city closest to you? What city have you been to today? That's my cat, sorry. Good to look him out.
That's not me. I was in Sydney today, so I'm in the Blue Mountains, that's where I live. So it's a much quieter, chiller place than the city. So I've got that kind of country feeling in my blood. It's like the city's too crazy for me.
Yeah, no, I can't do the city. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. And Tassie's fine for me because it's still too busy at times. So that's. Congratulations, Golden Guitar nominations! How exciting!
I'm so excited. It's just been surreal. I think even though I know it's happened now, it's still I just can't believe it, because it's I just wasn't expecting that to happen.
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, what a year you've had. 3 singles, Golden Guitar nominations, and a year that we couldn't perform, and you're still just going crazy. How awesome.
Yeah, I was saying today that it's anything that happens next year in terms of live music will be amazing. But it's still been a great year, but next year's got to be better.
It's just going to keep going from here, I think. I mean, you've just had 3 great singles so far, but this latest one, Fortune Teller, tell us where that came from, because it is a great film, great fun. Tell us how you wrote the song and where it came from.
Yeah, it was inspired by a trip to New Orleans we went to last year, and the vibe, I just wanted to capture the vibe of the French Quarter. So it's, they're really into the supernatural, so anything kind of spooky, like vampires, witches, voodoo. And when we were there, I went into the back of a voodoo shop and saw a fortune teller, and I was like, I just have to capture how that felt for me in a song form. So I had this chorus for a little while, and then I wrote it to my partner Blake Dantier, and we wrote it in the car on the way home. We're always in the car, apparently, on the way home from the Central Coast in the car. And it was just one of those songs that kind of flowed out really quickly. So yeah, it's just meant to be, really.
It was. Now, did she tell you about the Gold Guitar nomination ahead of time, or the 3 singles that you were going to do?
Unfortunately, not that specific. There are a few things it was a he. He got spot on, and then there was a couple of not quite right, but still really cool. I'd always wanted to see one, but didn't get anything that specific, right?
That's fun. I want to go now. I want to do this. I want to give it
that one.
So you wrote it in the car coming back. The film clip, where you had some great ideas in that. Where did you piece that together, and where did it all come from? It was great.
Well, I've lost you.
Yes, we lost you. You've frozen for a second, but I think it will unfreeze in a bit. The Fortune Teller film clip, the ideas that you had for that, and where did it all come into play, because it's so good.
The video, yeah, I had so many ideas for the video. Like I thought we could set it in New Orleans. We could have me as a fortune teller. So many like things that were quite like not metaphorical, and then we actually went with more of kind of to capture the mood of the song with the lighting and what we wore, and just kind of went for just trying to capture that in the choreography and everything. So it was, and I wanted to make it very different to the last two songs because
Yes.
they were quite bright, I guess, and more like
Yes, they have
theatrical
been
and
very,
so this one was like kind of the opposite end of the scale.
I think, but it's still so you. Still, the film clips, like your film clips are very individual, they're very creative, and it's always exciting to see what you're going to come up with. So I think it's fantastic. It's lots of fun. Did you do it? Where did you film it?
It was at Opera Australia. They have these rehearsal spaces. So it's just literally where they rehearse for opera productions. So it was kind of like when we got in there, it would just look like a normal rehearsal room. And then Bruce came in with all these lighting ideas. He had these lights set up at like the other building and had them coming through the window. Like we just went so much effort for lighting. But yeah, kind of like pretty simple though, like the room, I guess.
That's exciting. How cool. Now, you recently got to do a couple of live shows. You've recently opened up for Shane Nicholson, and you've got some really exciting shows coming next year. What are your plans for 2021? It's so close. What are your plans?
Yeah. I just want to perform live as much as possible. So getting a taste for that when I supported Shane was just like so cool to see my original songs and people responding to it. And I like had so much adrenaline. I'm like, I want to feel that again. And yeah, so pretty like there's a few maybes, but with COVID, it's a little bit annoying because there's a lot of like, oh, we might be able to bring you on this, and it's like just waiting to get that locked in. But yeah, just want to get on a stage pretty much, which is like every artist.
Yes, exactly. Yes, I mean it's as we're saying to you. I think when I last spoke to you, we were sort of partway through the whole lockdown, the COVID thing, and you were still trying to say the same thing. Want to get on stage, but how did you get through? How have you got through this last few months since I've seen you?
Yeah, I think it's been quite busy. Like not being able to perform live has obviously been a big part of it, but I feel like I've had enough going on with writing and kind of getting ready to bring out more songs, and just kind of preparing. Like it's been nice to kind of have that time because usually it's like once you're in it and you're performing live and writing songs and doing it all at once, it's like go 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 go. But it's been nice to kind of ease into things. So yeah, not like obviously there's lots of cons about this year, but like yeah, not too fast at the moment.
We've been quite relaxed in that respect. I mean, you've been releasing music like crazy. Was that your original plan to release the 3 songs this year, or was it just sort of something that happened as a?
Yeah, I think I wanted to bring out Shots, which is my first song, and that's kind of all the plan I had. I had these like dream plans of kind of to bring out multiple songs and whatnot. But before I kind of met my team, so I'm working with my publicist Jules and my my manager Graham. Like without them, like I feel like I was just kind of like, what do I do? Like, what's the deal? What's the journey? But it's been much more like so great having people that are like, all right, you do this, you bring out a song, do that. But yeah, I feel like I didn't really have a plan myself. I was like, I'm just winging this.
Yeah, it's worked. Trust me, it's worked for you because your name is getting out there so much. I guess, and I also wanted to touch base because I love the artwork of Fortune Teller. Who did that, and was it you that came up with those ideas?
So Dave Homer designed that. He designed Typical Brides one as well. And we had this was from an old photo I had, and I wanted to I wanted it to look like me, but be like a cartoon or illustrated thing. And I think I gave him some reference pictures, and I'm like, I want this to look like New Orleans and voodoo. Can you make that happen? And then I think he brought this back as his first try, and I was like, yep, did it. Like, nailed it.
Nailed it in one go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you just got home? Before you just
Yeah,
interrupt.
I'm fine. I'm just here in the car now.
No, it doesn't look like it's very nice weather over there. Oh dear, it's
It was
not here.
dumb.
Oh, really? It was
Yeah.
35 in town yesterday where I was, and then today it's 19. So we've,
Oh
we've
my God. It's weird here because it's like really hot and humid, but it's raining and horrible. It's like I don't
yeah,
think that's fair. Like I really like
yeah.
if it's like sunny and humid, that's fine. But not when it's like, yeah,
Not when
raining as well.
you can't enjoy it. So, have you got more music you're planning to bring out as well as touring next year? Is there more? Have you got more singles ready?
I was in the studio last week. The weeks were all melding into one December, but yeah, last week I was in the studio with Matt Fell again and just getting some more songs ready, and just kind of choosing what I want to bring out next at the moment. So there's songs planned. It's just deciding which ones are the right fit for the time. But yeah, pretty keen for them to come out. Like now that I've recorded more, I just want them out there.
That would be the hardest part, sitting on songs and how do you choose one? I mean, if you've got more than one ready, how do you choose?
Yeah,
That must be
it's. I feel like it's hard because you're like, oh, well, I brought out these songs, and you get really technical with it. You're like, oh, should I bring out like a fun song? Should I bring out like a sad song or a ballad? But then it's kind of like, what do I just feel excited about right now? And I just
yeah,
kind of go with that.
that makes sense to me. Complete
Yeah.
sense. Have you got merchandise and things that people can get at the moment?
Not yet. I'm kind of waiting till I can do that like at live shows. So I've got
Yes.
ideas in my head because I really love the idea of merch. Like, and that's really cool. So I'm kind of planning to have merch around each song and have
Yes.
that available that you can buy. Like once I'm out performing live, it'll probably be
Yes.
online as well. But yeah, really keen. I love that you can get creative with that. You can just like make whatever you want.
What have you got in mind? I love the different things people put out. I love seeing it's cool.
What's
You've
that?
got
Well, I think like for shots, obviously a shot glass is in the
yeah,
works. And then I think for like I'd love to do something like every time I think of something merch related, I'm like, oh, that's way too expensive to make. Like I wanted to do like a crystal ball for fortune teller, and I was like, probably like not a whole ball, but maybe like crystal ball like keychain or something would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, that's a shame that they would be dear.
Yeah, no one would buy it. They'd be like, what? $100?
So cool. Just do one for yourself, to have on the shelf.
Yeah, I'll keep it.
Yeah, for you. So next year, you've got some shows coming up. Where do you want to play that you have? I mean, you haven't done a lot of touring yet. What's on the bucket list for next year, touring wise? Any specific places you desperately?
Yeah, I think there's a lot that I'd like. I want it now. I want to play it. I think I'd love to do, obviously Tamworth's not happening, but that's on the bucket list to do something there. Yeah. I'd love to be on the big stage. I'd love to do just the ones that I've been to festival wise. Like I love Gympie. I think that would be really fun. And then I just love to support artists that I admire and get to kind of tour with or hang out with. That would be really fun. So it's funny because like also I'm like a bit desperate, so like anything would be great.
That's exactly right. What have you got planned for Christmas, New Year? What's your end of year gonna do?
I'm planning on relaxing to the max. So I'm keen to I'm going away like Christmas Day, kind of jump around with me and Blake's family. And then for after Christmas and like New Year's, going to the South Coast and doing just family stuff, and then some friends for New Year's Eve, and just kind of not having anything to do would be really nice, just to kind of chill out with friends and family. I think after this year, it's like, even though a lot of people had time off like myself, it always felt like a little bit stressful, but it's like now it's like I can just relax and go to the beach.
Exactly. And you can go out of your house, so that's the start.
Much better. It's funny that all the time that you couldn't do like anything.
I don't think there's many people wanting to bring the New Year in at home to this year. Nobody's going to be going, no, I'll stay at home, because they've all been at home all year. Yeah, played that to death.
Yeah.
I know that you're probably struggling with your arm there holding the phone. I'm sorry.
I
But
got you on the laptop. You're in my lap, like
oh,
literally.
good. Oh, that's all right then. I was trying to rush so that we didn't go get you to be uncomfortable. So you've been writing, you've got some songs ready to come out next year. Does that mean there's an album in the works?
Yes, I think I'm allowed to say. I don't know what I'm allowed to say with this sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like at least a bigger body of work next year. That's my goal to have. Because I've got all these songs that I want to put onto an album, so I might as well bring them out next year. And yeah, I really want that like hard copy feel. Like I want to hold it in my hand. So yeah, it'll be like a lot of different sides of Cass, I think. So we'll have, I think a lot of the stuff I brought out so far is quite sassy and rebellious, but I think the album will show other sides that are more, I guess, like vulnerable and a bit more of the softer side of me, which I'm keen to kind of have that whole thing going on.
Yes, yeah, because at the moment, yeah, your singles they're very exciting. They're very, yeah. It'd be lovely to see the different sides of you. It's sort of like that whole diary of
Yeah.
yes. Is there any chance that you and Blake are going to be doing a duet some stage?
I feel like enough people have asked that it's like if we don't do it, we're gonna have people like an angry mob like following us everywhere. But yeah, definitely. Whether it's next year or a single or something bigger, like we definitely want to do stuff together. And we're kind of, whenever we're writing, like if it, I think if something turned into a duet, we would just let it happen. But
yeah, okay. Yes.
Really not to, because it's like we write together and we live together. Yes, might as well do a song.
You got to do something together, yeah. At least then you can go on the road together. It'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be good.
Now, I know that you're sitting there and I'm sorry we kept you, but thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope we get to see you in the new year, and I want to see you again when you've got that golden guitar in your hands.
I'll just make a fake one if I don't win. I'll just like carry it. Yeah, it's a tough competition, that category. So I'm happy to be like among these people. So yeah, if you came to like meet people in person, like hopefully. Are you going to Tamworth?
I'm not this year because sort of there was nothing officially happening, and I didn't know if I'd get flights. So I went last year, and I'll be there the next year. But because they sort of made it an unofficial Tamworth, it was not worth risking booking and not getting money back. So
I think it's a little rebellious little festival happening now.
I know. I've been watching all the things pop up, and why didn't I just book?
They're like, oh, we're just going to do it anyway. It'll be fun.
Have you got any shows planning in that time? In Tamworth at this stage?
Maybe, but I can't say yet. I guess that's like a secret.
We'll keep an eye out. Facebook, will that be announced on Facebook?
Yeah, so keep an eye out on socials, and there might be something.
There might be something. Oh, now I'm really jealous. I don't know why I ask these things.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. I know that it's such a hard time of year and you've been flat out doing interviews and things, but honestly, congratulations, and I hope you have a great Christmas. And I will catch you in the new year. We'll see you at some point in the new year.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks so much, Danny.
Thank you. Well, thank you, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow night with another show, and I think, 2 more now between now and Christmas, and it will be a bit of a break for a week, and we'll be back. So thanks for joining. We'll see you all later.